Ladies and gentlemen, families and friends, a very warm welcome to Canterbury and to this degree and awards celebration ceremony of the University of Kent, which is held in this amazing setting of Canterbury Cathedral. The ceremony will start soon, and it begins with 4 processions: the graduates, the academic staff, the honorary graduand, and the Deputy Vice-Chancellor. We'll all stand for the last procession, and I'll give you a signal so that you know when to do that. This is going to be an exciting, spectacular, and memorable occasion, marking the end of a week of celebration ceremonies. And we want you all to have a truly wonderful experience during the ceremony and to see each and every graduate celebrate their achievement. To make sure this happens, I would like to ask you a really big favour. So please don't block each other's view, and make sure you're aware of those seated around you. Don't stand up, move around, or leave your seat to take photographs or videos with phones, cameras, or iPads. Also, could you now make sure that your phones are switched to silent? Thank you, everyone, and have a truly fantastic time.
Distinguished guests, honorary graduate, colleagues, and especially our graduates, welcome. I declare this degree celebration and award ceremony open. Please be seated. Today we are celebrating the achievements of those who have completed academic courses at the University of Kent. I want to thank the Dean and Chapter for allowing us to use the wonderful venue of Canterbury Cathedral as our setting for today's ceremony. And as Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I want to welcome everyone who is able to be part of our celebrations here today. This is a very special occasion. Of course, I say that every time we have a ceremony here, because each one is very special. It is the culmination of so much hard work and dedication. You should be rightly proud of your achievements. But this one is extra special. 2 years ago, our lives were turned upside down when the pandemic struck, and we had to quickly rethink so much of what we had taken for granted. How we work, how we learn, teach, undertake research, interact with one another, and so much more in our everyday lives. For all of you in the middle of your final year, thinking about exams, and soon after, setting off as graduates into the world of work or further study, the challenges were significant. Those were crucial final weeks and months of your time here at Kent, and they turned out to be very different to what you had imagined and hoped for. But you all showed outstanding resilience and commitment to complete your studies in the most challenging of circumstances, and we are very proud of how you rose to the challenges and overcame them. So today is extra special for us. You have waited patiently for nearly 2 years for this moment, and for us it is fantastic you are back and that we are able to finally offer you our warmest congratulations today. I also want to thank all the family members, friends, and other supporters who are here to join in this celebration, as well as those who are not. All of you will have provided support in so many ways for our graduates, for which you too deserve our thanks and congratulations. I would also like to thank my colleagues, members of the university staff, who have supported you throughout your studies and in your broader life at the university. Many of them are here, on the platform, volunteering in the cathedral, but there are countless others who have also contributed to your success today. It is our community, our family, the staff, the students, alumni together that make the University of Kent such a successful institution. Graduates, I am so proud to see you here today. You are proof, if proof were even needed, that Kent students are truly extraordinary. We have seen that demonstrated throughout the pandemic, when everyone pulled together to look after each other, supporting each other through periods of isolation, keeping one another safe. Many of our students and staff worked hard to support the fight against COVID. Some contributed through the production of PPE or through their research. Others, including our students, were on the front line of support for the nation as healthcare workers, delivery drivers, supermarket staff, or as volunteers in the community helping those who were shielding. We are so proud of their work because it says something very important about Kent, about who we are and the values that we hold dear. I hope those same values have stood you in good stead since you left Kent nearly 2 years ago, and that they have helped you as you have begun to make your way in the world. We know that they have helped you become resilient and patient, but I hope too that they have helped you become confident, curious, creative, aware of your place in the world and your responsibilities towards others. I hope your studies and your experiences at Kent have helped you to ask questions, to reflect critically, to be accountable for your actions, and to behave with integrity and with respect for difference. We live in changing and challenging times, but on this day, my greatest hope and belief is that Kent has given you, our graduates, everything you need to embrace change, not just your certificate and qualification, but more importantly, the knowledge, values, confidence, and determination to meet every challenge. Of course, it helps to have great teachers, and we have some of the world's leading academics with a passion for passing on their knowledge and research skills to their students. Our researchers make a difference in the world, working across disciplines to tackle some of the world's greatest challenges. They will have made sure you were up to date with the latest ideas the cutting-edge thinking that has inspired you, and I hope challenged you too. This is what universities are for. We are here to make a difference, to transform lives, whether through an education and student experience that fires your imagination so you can make your mark on the world, or through outstanding research that changes the way we look at things, or through working with local communities to bring about positive change. That work continues, I'm proud to say. Since you left the university in 2020, we launched our Kenton Medway Medical School, the first medical school in the county. It's now in its second year, doing great work to prepare a new generation of doctors to meet local needs. We've launched 3 signature research themes to meet global challenges in these key areas: future human, migration and movement, and positive environmental futures, and to engage wider communities, policymakers, businesses, the public, to help find answers to some of our most important questions. Our Institute for Culture and Creative Industries recently launched Creative Kent to make our wonderful creative offer more accessible to our students and staff, but also to take that offer out into the county and beyond so that everyone can enjoy the fruits of what we are so fortunate to have on our campuses. And just 3 months ago, the world applauded the news that Professor Abdul Razak Gurna, formerly from the School of English, an alumnus of the university, and a great and inspiring voice for tolerance and inclusion, had won the Nobel Prize in Literature, our second in the last 5 years. So, graduates, I hope you are as proud of the university as we are of you. Keep in touch as alumni of the university. It is our honour and pleasure to mark your success and to wish you well on your future path, wherever it may take you. Finally, I hope you enjoy the rite of passage as you cross the stage. Please, no slips, trips or falls. And audience, please feel free to clap, cheer and be joyous. It is, after all, as I said, a celebration. Having waited so long for this moment, you richly deserve this day. This is your moment to shine. On behalf of all my colleagues, I wish you every success in the future. Thank you. I now call upon the Director of the Division of Computing, Engineering and Mathematical Sciences to present candidates for their awards and degrees.
Most Honourable Deputy Vice-Chancellor, to you and to the whole University, I present these candidates from the Division of Computing, Engineering and Mathematical Sciences to receive their awards.
By virtue of the authority committed to me, I admit all of those who are about to be presented and celebrated today.
For the award of certificate, Dennis Amihazi. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Benjamin James Bithell Gould.
6 is here. Okay.
Rona Itani. Brinthavi Krishnasamy. Jiaxuan Li. Edson Onyendikaje Onmumere. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Olawasian Rashid Abimbola. Nurul Shahada Binti Ahmad Sukri. Babajide Eniola Ajibola Gomez. Good luck, Jeffrey. Jeffrey Calantas Allen. Sean Diego Anderson.
21 is here.
Okay. David William Arnold. Anthony Kenichi Oluwafaranmi Aselu. Joy Ifeinwa Nwakego Azaya. Jaishu Bao. Jordan Stephen Lee Barber. Declan Lewis Barnes. Abodunrin Aziz Ogaga Danik Bello. Ashwini Bandari. Kavi Bhatt. Alexandra Elizabeth Blair. Leon George Bon. Bibi Warda Bulaki. Oliver Thomas George Bourne. Martin Hugh Boyle. Danny Braund. Joseph Max Bryant. Christos Charalampidis. James Cameron Clark. Ryan Nicol Clark. Alexander Ethan Colnut. Ayobamidali Oluwanifemi Dada. Luke Davis. Hannah Darwitt. Nisansa Haley Wasala Mudalije de Silva. Logan Dean Edwards. Victor Carho Diep. Sam David Donnelly.
49
Thank you. Benjamin Philip Dosad. Sam George Dugdale. James Dyer. Comrade Obina Echegini.
56 is here.
Bailey George English. Sydney David Ayer. Ozioma Efiatu Ezechukwu. Zach David Forster. Aaron Robert Freeman. Alan Frederick Ferguson. Zeshan Hossein Gayoumi. Rojan Giri. Katrina Glanville. Nikita Rajesh Godhania. Joseph Daniel Godwin. Alexander Fenton Griffiths. Maximilian Harazin. Jesse Juna Sasiri Haikanen. Charlotte Holman. Thomas Sidney David Homsey. Ashley Lewis Hudson. Joe Jonathan Hunt. Saif Hussain. James Henry Frederick Jarvis. Lauren Marie Jeffrey. Kasturi Jayaseelan. Ibrahim Ibkasim Janji. Stephen David Johnson.
80 is here.
Okay. Christopher John Jones. Anne Nicole Munoz Casilag. Chantel Marie Kent. Gursimran Singh Khalsa. Debbie Jazohun Kimu. Nancy Louisa Kingston. Panagiota Konstantinou. Joshua Peter Konig. Nicole Lai. Susanna Lucy Laird. Dominic Matthew Lever-Smith. Pik-Ching Lee. Tristram James Price Lewis. Louis Peter Frederick Leonard Luckhurst. Anthony Liu. Morgan Rodney Mahan. Safian Mahmood. Eli Cornelius Blue Markham. Armapal Singh Mathru. George Stephen Matthews. Taylor Stephen McNichol. Beatrice Mekoskeita. Forash Mia. Joshua Thomas Moffat. Raquel Oratile Opelo Malatole. Rebecca Charlotte Moore. Ryan John Munn.
115 is here.
Okay. Nandi Moyo. Yasin Azim Nathani. Angok Ngayen. Sally Hongluong Tin Ngayen. Laura Francis Christina Norton. Melissa Jessica Noab. Tatenda Anderson Neoni. Nene Ogugwa Crystal of Cherby. Brandon Louis Chisholm Okeke. Samuel Chubiojo Omedi. Ismail Olajide Adisa Onilieran. Hiba Khadija Uzierli. Nathan Peter Osmond.
Can you add this one after 1 through 7?
Yes. Chelsea Udoamaka Osakwe. Aaron Patel. Natasha Patel. Rushi Gopalchandra Patel.
You missed 1.124.
Okay, I was told. Okay. Nirali Shamik Patel. Michael Alfred Patterson. Abigail Jean Pattenden. Gabrielle Nicole Nana Adoa Dompre.
I now call upon the public orator, Dr. Chris Deasy, to present Keith Tier for the award of an honorary degree.
Most Honourable Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduates, graduand and guests. Keith Tier is no stranger to Kent, not least through being a member for many years of the University of Kent in America board. But 50 years ago, when Keith was a student at this university to study for a joint honours degree in British constitutional politics and sociology, I suspect that Keith would not have expected to be standing here today. Keith was born in 1954 and grew up on a council estate in Scarborough, North Yorkshire. Like many of you gathered here in this cathedral, no one else in his family had been to university. He was an 11+ failure because he couldn't answer the question, what does your dad do? He attended the George Pindar Secondary Modern School, and thanks to the introduction by Harold Wilson's government of the new Certificate of Secondary Education, Keith achieved 4 CSEs, which in turn afforded him the chance to do A-levels. Keith believes he would have ended up working in a factory otherwise. Until the age of 14, Keith was a shy child. He says he had no personality back then. His dad was an alcoholic. Keith was the eldest son. After his father was kicked out, Keith learned to become independent. He read library books, got a job as a dishwasher, then became a waiter and a bingo caller. He even had to sing Rigoletto in a baritone voice, or he was told he would be fired. Keith was also a DJ in a local nightclub, the Penthouse, where Roxy Music and David Bowie appeared. When he came to Kent in the early 1970s, he was already qualified as a hybrid DJ, politician, bingo caller, and, his words, loudmouth. He was told that he wouldn't be able to go to university, retook his A-levels, and had a sense from a young age that things weren't fair. Keith chose Kent over Lancaster as it was the furthest away, and he identifies himself in his time here as a rebel, though very much a rebel with a cause rather than without one. He loved seminars and was apparently very vocal in them. But there was an obligatory paper in those days in statistics, whereby if you failed the paper, you failed the year. 84 students boycotted that exam, and 7, including Keith, boycotted all the exams. As a result, Keith wasn't allowed to progress to the second year. He led sit-ins on campus and was installed by Trotskyists as their candidate for student union president. He came second, did bar work, resat the year, during which time he booked the bands who came to campus to perform gigs. Among the bands he booked was Tennessee, and Keith recalls the time he drank a crate of Newcastle Brown Ale with Ray Davies from the Kinks. He obtained a merit in his studies and became a really good student, achieving a 2:1 in his degree. Crucially for Keith, the University of Kent helped him rather than rejected him. He was offered the chance to do a PhD in sociology on the history of British communism, but entrepreneurship beckoned. Keith's success is in contemplating change in systems. I suppose after that crate of beer with Ray Davies, Keith knows a thing or two about sorting out kinks in the systems. Keith was never into microeconomics, only macroeconomics, and has always been thinking of us. Change for Keith has always been the constant, and that's a change for the better. He has been involved with the Workers Against Racism campaign, where he did mailing lists and pamphlets, and he learned to code. Keith believed that change was available through technology. Networks in those days took the form of telephone cables, and he invented software to allow the Commodore 64 to be sent directly to a typesetter in order to produce political magazines. In 1988, Keith wrote a book on fascism for Penguin, which was published under a pseudonym, as the National Front were on the march at the time, and there was a risk they might find out where he lived. He also contributed to a book on Marxism, nationalism, and technology. Keith learned software and hardware, made money, and pioneered databases for the Institute of Personnel Management, Mobil Oil, and Warner Brothers Music. Around 1993, he came across the internet, creating and becoming Chief Technology Officer of Europe's first internet service provider for consumers, EasyNet. It was listed on the London Stock Exchange 15 months after it was set up and was called EasyNet because the internet was hard and they wanted to make it easy. His office doubled as the world's first internet cafe, Siberia. And among the luminaries who used to hang out there were Johnny Rotten and Sinead O'Connor. The latter might well have said, "Keith, nothing compares to you." By the mid-90s, Keith no longer had credit card debts for the first time. He didn't used to leave the UK, drive a car, or learn to swim until he was in his 30s. Didn't have children until 2001. He was obsessed with work and didn't look out to the world. He moved to the United States in 1997, as it was hard for a Scarborough kid to thrive in Britain in the same way. He never raised venture capital in the UK, but in the US, Keith has raised more than $1 billion since 1997. Keith has never stopped being who he is, and he told me that his biggest achievement is when he bought his mother's council house. Most Honourable Chancellor, to you and to the whole university, I present Keith Tears in recognition of his inspirational career as a serial entrepreneur to be admitted to the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Wait a second. By virtue of the authority committed to me, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Well, I had two thoughts listening to that. The first was, it is an April Fool's joke, as he began his speech, telling you my story. And the second was, it isn't an April Fool's joke. It's real. And it is worth starting by saying I clearly, based on that story, do not self-identify as a doctor. Or really, anybody that's acknowledged. Pretty much my entire life has been about wanting to escape from the possibilities that I saw ahead of me, which I didn't consider to be big enough. Scarborough wasn't big enough. The secondary modern school I attended was great, by the way, Pinder. BBC Two in those days did a documentary about it because it was a very forward-thinking secondary modern school. But it was also a bit of a prison because you were left at 15 and didn't go on into further education. So escaping was the goal, really, which Harold Wilson did help me do. And then Scarborough Boys High School, the teacher who said, "Keith, don't apply to university," really deserves credit, because had he not said that, I may not have done so. I was a rebel and a contrarian, and I was quite inspired to apply for university because he said I shouldn't. I did escape Scarborough as far away as possible, as Chris said, here to Canterbury. And I arrived in Canterbury as an angry young man, I think it's fair to say, in 1973 or 4, I often forget, I think it was 73, in the midst of the Vietnam War, of the troubles in Ireland. It was a time when young people were aware of the world, critical of governments, wanted to make change, and I was pretty typical of all of my peers in those years. The joke was, if you weren't political, good luck finding a girlfriend, and everybody was. So that was the start. But a starting point only turns into a possibility if you embrace it, work with it, and take advantage of it. And I must say, in the first year I was a very bad student. I was a rebel. I think the right word for what happened to me was expelled, but maybe not, because I did get back in, because I was a rebel. But coming back after Derek Crabtree, who was then Master of Keynes College, made a phone call to my mother and said, your son is a wonderful young man. He's a wonderful orator. He led large numbers of students to do things which we all disapproved of, and we'd like to have him back. And he offered a job on Keynes Bar for a year to give me time to be here and to retake the exams which I got a merit in when I took them. And if it wasn't for him, I think I probably wouldn't have come back. And I think what I want to say about that is, there's three things that make one successful in life. The first is to study, which doesn't necessarily mean in academia, but to think about things, to understand them, and to figure out how to work with the world as it is. The second, through that, is to find opportunities, things that are not being done, that if you do them, will benefit people. The object shouldn't be to make money. That is a byproduct of doing something interesting and good. And finally, to storytell. Because an idea is only as good as the story you tell about it. And raising money, by the way, is only about storytelling, because people who have money give it to stories they believe in. What Kent gave me is those three things: study, opportunity, and the three together spell SOS, which is escaping. And escape comes through those three things, through those three things alone, really. So when in the 50th anniversary of the university I was here, the marketing around the event was "We are Kent." And honestly, I am Kent. Kent made me. It took the raw material that came in. I was terrible. And they worked with me, accepted me, didn't try to change me, and allowed me the opportunity to be successful. And that is what everyone in this room who attended this university has got as well. As you leave it, you are Kent, at least in large part, and what you walk out with is because of it, and that's true for me. So I want to thank everyone involved in proposing me for this position, but I also want to acknowledge that it is in many ways a recognition of the university itself that I'm here today. Thank you.
I will now resume the presentation of candidates from the Division for Computing, Engineering and Mathematical Sciences for the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours. Christian John Payne. Jonah Jackson Piers. Okay. Matthew Paderna Peregrine. Julia Pianca. Samuel Pompilis. Santosh Puranam Pillai. Sandith Mayantha Ranasinghe. Gabriel Bashara Razouk. Morgan John Rees. Patrick Ryan. Emmanuel Salami. Rian Luis Salgado Jones. Suhui Sam. Adriana Maria Samarenu. Elliot Timothy Shook. Marigold Nono Siandula. Renishka Amanda de Silva. Vaughan Anthony Sinclair. Leon Singleton. Barakat Adeola Siambola. Nun Srijay. Kirtega Siranthran. Okay. Tyler Martin Stevens. Lucy Suleiman. Chloe Maria Sutherland. Bryony Mary Tanner. Musata Konya Tarawali. Shelby Ashley Thompson. Alex Truman. Sivainthan Varanaraja. Gurleen Kaur Vasir. Dexter Arlo Watson. Catherine Eleanor West. Macaulay Kenneth Whistler. Ross James Wickenden. Josh Wilkes. Bradley Scott Rees-Williams. Ezra Indigo Wilton.
1 to add, 171A.
Okay. Thomas David Root. Jansen Ragmel Xavier. Abdobunrin Aziz Ogada Danyik Bello. For the degree of Master of Mathematics, James Peter Bradshaw. Sarah Jane Cole. James Peter Deere. Amy Sophia Kingston. Samuel Edward Moore. Michael David Stapleton. For the award of postgraduate diploma, Speridon Diamantis. For the degree of Master of Arts, Ross James McGregor Rutt. Abdullahi Lawal Abba. For the degree of Master of Science, Onyemechi Modupe Emma Akutu. Okay. Muhammad Ali. Jessica Aqua Anor. Alana Megan Hannah Bailey. Ninanch Balhara. John Michael Bamford. James Gerard Barlow.
192's here.
Lucas Benkamoon. Fahana Wahida Binti Abu Hassan. Jafakumo Dylan Botuli. Lynn Karimi Bucha. Duncan Neil Carter.
Let's go, Duncan!
Lewis Carter. Baptiste Guy Bernard Desiré Kodoulé.
201 is not here.
Okay. Joshua Lewis Cunningham. Nihinloamiwa Donaldson Fajamilihen. Kester Cyril Korshi Zephia Gideon. Ashley Paul Jeet Gunnes. Chung Wai Ho. Nikita Makena Irungu. Sakshi Pradeep Jain. Rupendra Kanwar. Kaveh Kaviani. Mira Tawat Zakaria Khalifia. Rebecca Ann King. Julie Wangechi Kiruma.
216 here.
Okay. Tyus Hastrup Kaya. Inchak Law. Candace Roxin Lockley. Syed Shumik Mahain. Anita Maj. Pierre Pascal Mondon. John Gakuya Nduya. Cedric Florent Ogire. Olugbemiga Michael Opabiyi. Hugo Louis Edward Perez. Caleb Scottson Pike. Joshua Scottson Pike. Michael George Polly. Antonin Pascal Ludovic Rapini. Alexis Julian Ruillard. Laletti Eni Sauli.
217 here.
Okay. Rupert Charles Sinden. Quentin Sonnefraud. Henry James Standish Hunt. Ethan Matthew Still. Chen Sen Tang. Dak Tu Tran. Betsy Ifeinwa Uchendu. Maria Vasilaki. Lucas James Vichich. Samuel John Greenfield Walsgrove. Christopher Jonathan Michael Wing.
249 is here.
Okay. Christian Zeffi. For the degree of Master of Philosophy, Amido Akimpelume Bolaseri Akanmu.
Can you read this out?
For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Olabode Frederick Okechukwu Bello. No. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Integrable and Non-Integrable Equations with Peaked Soliton Solutions, Lucy Emily Barnes. For a thesis entitled The Horror Function Boundary and Dengi-Wolf Type Theorems, Floris Christian Claessens. For a thesis entitled Investigation into Intelligent Image Preprocessor Techniques for Artificial Neural Networks, Keith Ashley Greenhow. For a thesis entitled Vibrational Quantization of Skyrmions, William Robert John Grummett. For a thesis, Improving Training of Deep Neural Network Sequence Models, Farhana Ferdowsi Lisa. And for a thesis entitled Functional Brain Oscillations, How Oscillations Facilitate Information Representation and Code Memories, George Michael Parrish.
I'd like to ask now all those graduates celebrating their degree and certificates to please stand. This has been an occasion of great celebration of your achievements, and I wish the very best to all of you. But throughout the ceremony, you have been roundly applauded by all those who are here to support you. Now it's your turn to reciprocate. So can you applaud them in return? Louder! You will always be welcome to return to Kent. As Keith said, we are Kent. We have one of the most extensive and lively alumni associations of any university in Britain, which I hope you will join and be active in. Finally, I'd like to thank everyone for coming today, and I wish you a safe journey home. I declare this ceremony closed.
you.